Protein with a cultural twist is one of the most enjoyable and sustainable ways to nourish the body while exploring the richness of world cuisines. Around the globe, cultures have been creating balanced, protein-rich meals long before the invention of protein powders or fortified snacks. From Mediterranean chickpea salads to Japanese tofu and edamame dishes, from Indian lentil dal with rice to Mexican black bean bowls, these traditional meals represent centuries of nutritional wisdom and balance. They combine high-quality plant and animal proteins with fiber, antioxidants, and spices that not only enhance flavor, but also protect health. In contrast to modern diets that often isolate protein as a number on a label, these cultural meals integrate it seamlessly into diverse, colorful dishes that feed both body and spirit. What makes this approach so powerful is that it moves away from the rigid obsession with macronutrient counts and embraces balance, tradition, and variety. Each cuisine offers a different nutritional profile and sensory experience, teaching us that there is no single, perfect way to eat well. A Mediterranean chickpea salad, for example, blends legumes rich in protein and fiber with olive oil, tomatoes, herbs, and feta cheese. This combination not only supports muscle repair but also delivers heart-protective fats and antioxidants that reduce inflammation. The Japanese way of eating pairs plant-based proteins such as tofu, tempeh, and edamame with seaweed, rice, and vegetables, creating a meal that's light, clean, and full of essential minerals like iodine, calcium, and magnesium. In India, the humble dal, lentils slow-cooked with spices, garlic, and turmeric, is paired with brown rice or whole-grain flatbread, forming a complete amino acid profile that rivals any animal protein. Meanwhile, traditional Mexican black bean bowls combine legumes, corn, avocado, and salsa for a protein-fiber-fat balance that keeps blood sugar steady and digestion strong. The positive aspect of embracing these traditional, globally inspired meals is that it naturally promotes dietary diversity, which benefits gut health, metabolism, and long-term nutritional adequacy. Each type of protein, whether from beans, lentils, soy, or fish, contains slightly different amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. By rotating among global dishes, you ensure that your body receives a full spectrum of nutrients without boredom or over-reliance on any single food. Moreover, these meals are naturally rich in plant compounds like polyphenol, carotenoids, and flavonoids that protect cells from oxidative stress and support healthy aging. Traditional diets also emphasize cooking methods that preserve nutrients, steaming, stewing, simmering, and sautéing instead of deep frying or burning. These gentler methods protect both protein integrity and the delicate fats and vitamins that accompany them. However, the warning lies in how modern habits can distort these traditional patterns. When global cuisines are adapted into fast food or processed restaurant versions, they often lose their health benefits. Mediterranean meals turn into greasy pizzas drowned in cheese instead of olive oil and vegetables. Japanese-inspired dishes become fried tempura covered in sweet sauces rather than simple tofu and miso soup. Indian dals are often served with excess cream or butter in restaurants, and Mexican bowls become heavy with cheese and refined tortillas. These distortions mask the real nutritional power of the original dishes, replacing balance with excess calories and sodium. When trying to adopt global eating styles, it's crucial to respect their traditional preparation, using whole ingredients, moderate seasoning, and fresh herbs rather than shortcuts or commercial sauces. Another important caution is portion control and ingredient balance. Many people assume that eating cultural or authentic automatically means eating healthy, but this is not always true. Even a traditional dish can lose its benefits if oversized or paired with refined starches and sugary drinks. For example, a black bean burrito served in a white flour tortilla with sour cream may deliver protein, but also unnecessary saturated fat and refined carbohydrates. Instead, opting for brown rice, corn tortillas, or a bowl version keeps the meal nutrient-dense. Similarly, while lentil dal is a wholesome source of plant protein, pairing it with too much white rice dilutes its fiber content and can spike blood sugar. Choosing brown rice or smaller portions of grains preserves the balance. The beauty of incorporating cultural protein sources into your diet lies not only in nutrition but in connection to place, tradition, and the rhythms of mindful eating. When you prepare a Mediterranean chickpea salad, you're connecting with a diet pattern long associated with longevity and heart health. Its combination of legumes, olive oil, and vegetables reflects the Mediterranean philosophy of moderation and pleasure, where meals are savored slowly and shared. Japanese meals, by contrast, highlight simplicity and freshness. Their modest portions and seasonal ingredients remind us that nourishment is about harmony, not abundance. The Indian approach to cooking, with its use of spices like turmeric, cumin, and ginger, adds anti-inflammatory power to protein-rich legumes, while the Mexican tradition of combining beans, corn, and avocado demonstrates an intuitive understanding of amino acid balance and healthy fats. The positive effects of eating this way accumulate over time. Regular inclusion of plant-forward, culturally diverse protein meals has been linked to lower cholesterol, improved digestion, better blood sugar control, and reduced risk of chronic inflammation. Beyond physical health, these foods also tend to improve mood and cognitive function due to their combination of complex carbohydrates and amino acids that support neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine. Unlike heavily processed protein shakes or artificial supplements, cultural meals offer satiety and comfort through real ingredients, engaging all the senses and creating a sustainable relationship with food. Still, one must be mindful of cultural fusion done without care. Westernized fusion dishes often add sugars, cream sauces, or processed meats that strip away the health benefits of traditional recipes. For example, turning a Japanese tofu bowl into a fried teriyaki plate defeats the purpose of its clean, high-protein, low-fat origin. Likewise, loading Mediterranean pasta with heavy sauces rather than fresh olive oil and herbs undermines its natural lightness. The warning here is subtle but serious. Modern convenience has a way of eroding the health wisdom of tradition. Respecting original cooking styles, fresh ingredients, and moderate portions preserves the nutritional intent behind each cuisine. Practically speaking, bringing cultural protein meals into everyday life doesn't have to be complicated. Start by exploring one cuisine each week. Try a Mediterranean night with chickpea salad, grilled fish, and olive oil-dressed vegetables. The next week, prepare a Japanese-inspired meal of steamed edamame, miso soup, and tofu stir-fry. Follow with an Indian week featuring dal, brown rice, and curried vegetables, then a Mexican-style bowl with black beans, corn, avocado, and fresh salsa. This rotation not only ensures protein diversity, but also keeps eating enjoyable and sustainable. Use herbs and spices liberally: basil, turmeric, cumin, cilantro, and ginger, all of which add both flavor and anti-inflammatory benefits without the need for excess salt or fat. The warning worth emphasizing is that overdependence on processed protein supplements often comes from a lack of variety or cultural inspiration. People turn to powders and bars out of convenience, forgetting that nature already offers complete, nourishing options through traditional recipes. Supplements have their place for athletes or those with medical needs, but for most people, real food delivers better long-term results. Over time, reliance on isolated protein can weaken digestion, narrow nutrient diversity, and disconnect us from the joy of cooking and sharing meals. By reclaiming traditional, protein-rich foods from around the world, you not only improve physical health, but also support cultural respect and food sustainability. Each global dish is a lesson in how communities survived and thrived for generations without artificial fortification. When you eat lentil dal, chickpeas, tofu, or black beans, you're partaking in ancient wisdom adapted for modern life. You're fueling your muscles, stabilizing your metabolism, and nurturing your heart, all through simple, flavorful food that connects you to humanity's shared heritage. The positive truth is that eating well does not require restriction or supplementation. It requires curiosity, respect for balance, and a willingness to learn from cultures that understood nourishment long before nutrition science tried to simplify it.